Hello, I'm Bill Wake. We had some audio issues, so I'm giving you a different voiceover for the next 20 or 30 minutes. So ignore the person in the corner and we'll just proceed. Let's take a quick look at the code we already have. So the content view, you can see we have the state, which is the dashes, which represents the patterns we're covering. The arcs show the current rings that we're displaying, so we get some sort of pattern when we first view it. Down here we have a text field where we can enter a comma separated list of numbers, and these represent the dashes. So you're basically telling the pattern of how long should a light be on and then how long should it be off. And finally here we display the shapes, each one showing off all the arcs that we have. If we go into the top class, we've got a spin method that takes a double array of doubles, and that represents a set of patterns. We also can look at spinning one ring. And it takes a list of doubles, which is the dash pattern we just described. So the UI only supports one ring at this point. The work in here is basically deciding if it's mod 2 is 0, then it's intended to be a spot we would put display, and if it's 1, we'll treat it as a blank. So we only display stuff that's 0 mod 2. Now if we look at arc, it's mostly a data bag. It just has these fields which ring what's our start angle, our end angle. The setup for it, we give it the delta angle, but we calculate the end angle. And then a color index, which doesn't really belong here and we'll take out at some point. Also, this class is equatable, so we can compare it mostly for tests, and custom debug string convertible, so we can display it again for tests or debug. Now the top tests, we've just got a few tests here, just kind of checking that the algorithm produces the arcs that we expect. And then the arc test, we just check that delta and check the equality test. Not much to it. All right, our to-do, we spent less time trying to get the arcs working to display from our numbers. And if you run with 1, 1, 1, 1, you'll get something lit up in the first quadrant upper right, and in the second quadrant empty, and the third quadrant lower left has a pattern, and lower right quadrant is empty. All right, the tests all pass. Let's check the scheme and make sure that the debugger is off. Lets the test run more quickly if you set debug executable false. That's a tip John Reed got from somebody at Apple, and it definitely makes a difference. Here we have the drawing code for our shape. That's the top that gets drawn. And basically it's going through the paths, pulling out the various arcs and drawing them with that p-add-arc method, which takes the center, the radius, the start angle, end angle. Notice we have to negate the two angles and use clockwise true. That's just the way that works as far as we're concerned. Here we can see what it looks like when we get things drawing. So those initial arcs we had defined, they have a variety of colors and a variety of reaches, how far they go around the ring. Now if we enter a dash pattern like 1, 1, 1, 1, we'll get those quadrants showing. If we add a couple more, we'll get 60-degree angles instead of 90. Kind of like, well, we got 160 and a 120. Yeah, if we add that last one, we get 60 each, and we get the radiation symbol. We'd like to display more than one item, so we're going to make that dashes be an array of arrays, and then walk through them in the for loop to get the text fields for them, and then display using those values. So we have to walk through all the text fields. We'll leave the button outside. And let's just see if we can use a for each that has an index in it. Let's go ahead and make that a double array. We'll give it some initial values, but they really need to be strings, not inner arrays. And there's definitely a way to do this quicker. Yeah, repeating count. Yeah, we can do for each over the values, but really we just want the integer indexes. You got enumerated in the domain side that gives you the index, but nothing in the Swift UI side gets it for free. So we'll just use it with what we have uh, off the array index. So let's just use the index there. I don't know, these indices, that seems like a weird way to do it. We're using $0 off the for each. Again, that's probably not the best way to go here. We'll do the range instead. So range off up to 0 to dashes.count. And then the first field in there is the index from that. We just want to print it out and see what we're looking at, just which row 0, 1, 2, 3. I know we'll get a better interface at some point. All right. And then same thing down here. We got the patterns. The reason there's an error is we changed it to a double array now. So we need to iterate through the outer level and then the inner level. So our dashes are this double array. We can do a map over the rows. Well, it's an array of strings, each one representing one set of numbers. So we'll map over each one of those, and we're going to take the string we got for it, split that, map that. So we're just doing this in a nested way now. All right, and then dash pattern's already an array, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. And the print in 59 makes no sense. You can see already the first one, the first print prints out the array as we want. Well, that's one entry. All right, so we run it and we can see we've got each one of those rows, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all those entries for dashes, and we can put data values in each one. I'm just making up some random values just so we see what happens as we fill up the choices, fill up the rings. I do notice the top view is pushed out to the bottom of the screen. We'll improve this over time. I don't really want to fill in all these things. It's painful. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so the 1, 1 is the innermost ring. You can see it's got a 180 circle. The 1, 2, 1's got the offset one, and so on. It all looks plausible. I'm not going to double check each one 100%. Since we can't see the whole thing, it won't work anyway. Okay, we can change these values. Put different numbers in there and see what we get. We should see some changes in the view. modify the content view, take out, I think we have some space in here. Yeah, let's take out this spacer, at least for now. I don't like the way we're spaced out for those 8 rows, but we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll plug back in these numbers. I'm hoping we'll get, oh shoot, I copied the wrong stuff. Oh man. Well, we can still see the display of it. Okay, so I'm hoping this shows up a little higher on the board. We don't have to put any scrolling in or anything. I could just put, oh, it's still not there. Let's just run it with 4. That's all we need for the moment. Well, I'll make it 5 just so it doesn't mess up that. Yeah. Okay. It still won't quite fit. Okay, I think that'll give us enough to see. And I don't know how I didn't copy unique numbers last time, but let's see if I can replicate it somewhat. 8111, 81. Oh, I can't copy twice? I think it may be a simulator thing. Okay. All right, let's see what this does. It should be solid. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what we want. All right, now this one. That's actually fine for the first one's fine. The second one should be 3. 3, and then everything else the same. Okay. And then this one, it can be like the first one, except we don't want that there. That's the stick 1 is the I. I think this should be 2. Oh, maybe something like that. Nope. Three. No. Why did that do that? My goodness. Oh, I wish I'd had a better memory for these. All right. Well, it's probably not worth fussing over too much. I'll put it back to a 1 for now. Is that the original? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this 1, I think maybe this could be a 2. No. I think that's what I was trying. Yeah, that's it. Okay. There. Ta-da. We've spelled out high in a very, oh, what's that? Oh, that old video game where you had the ants shooting out at you. Oh, what was that thing? But anyway, well, maybe it's the Star Trek intro view, but we have high. A lot of work to figure out that pattern. So my idea from here is I want to let you predefine blocks of patterns. So the one after the 08, the 1 1 1 1, that's really the top bar of an H, or it's the two top segments. So this space or black, white, black, white. So those four numbers define an H. I'd like to be able to say, take that and then slap against it the I, slap against it the exclamation point. So where we go from here, maybe that's, I think maybe there's a design screen and a display screen, and you really want to see the display as well as the design. The other thing we could do, I mean, it wouldn't be horrible to have this up. We don't need the spacer, I don't think. Okay, and at least we'd have the thing at the top. We'd want to see it while we're designing it, but I think it's going to take some pieces, and I don't know how interesting it is. I mean, it's helpful for me trying to learn how to work with the Swift UI, even though I'm just doing like copy a pattern from here to here and figure out how to do 2 layers of patterns and stuff like that. But yeah, that's fitting. Okay, so I think we'll pick up there. So we're due for a break, so we'll take 2 or 3 minutes and then come back and see if we can visualize a sort of screen that would handle the patterns and let you accumulate them in blocks instead of little pieces of lines. So the way it is now, we're taking a slice of each ring and working out the numbers. I'd rather say, here's the H, here's the I, here's the exclamation, and go from there. So 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll come back and tackle that. Hi, welcome back. All right, so my plan is, at some level, I want to make a user interface. I don't know if you can see. What I have in mind is a grid where you write your pattern and then a name, and that you're just going to draw the pattern, clickety clickety, or drag. I don't know how to drag. I did some at some point, but I don't know if I did it with Swift UI. I think I did it with UI Kit. Okay. But, all right, so I don't know, maybe we're just kind of setting aside this arc thing for a bit. And let's see. What I expect. I guess I'm going to make another test. This is almost like a new project. While I figure out how to attach things together and all that stuff. So I don't know if you want to think of it as spiking or TDDing the parts I can TDD and scrambling around on the others. I mean, I think that's probably the real description of the process today. I would like to have this grid. So there's the notion of, well, I'm not sure what notion I want there. I could just do bit arithmetic. I could do a double array of stuff. I would guess the double array is probably easier to work with on the UI side. It's a double array of Booleans. So rows and columns, or row 0, column 1. Yeah, row then column. And just flags for now. I don't want to mix the colors in. That's just too much. In the real life, in the tops, we have each circle is its own LED, and usually they just come in one color. I mean, I suppose you could probably, you could probably put three, like let's see if I can get the picture. Where's my, yeah. We have, this one has 3 LEDs. I could imagine 3 LEDs at angles of 120, red, 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 green, 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 blue, 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 and try and get every color we can get. This one, the outer is always this purple, the middle's orange, and the inner's red. But I'm just assuming we're going to take whatever color the LED is. All right. And so, let's see. So I think the structure we're trying to create something. What is it? It's a pattern, or yeah, it's a pattern or a grid. But my idea is that what you would enter would be the names of the pattern. So there I had H, I, that, exclamation point, and that I would just write that, and H would be a named pattern, I would be a named pattern, and exclamation would, and then I might have some others that are like maybe space or it's doing a how do I type an S when it's it's defaulting to something that capitalizes words like thank you, but okay. But anyway, I would like to enter that, and then whatever I just did, I would have to take the time to spell out what an H looks like and an I and all that. But once I had them, I think that would be fine, and I can predefine the alphabet ones and some symbols, and you could still make your own. If you wanted to make a little rocket ship or something, as long as you could fit it in the grid, you're fine. Okay. So let's see. So this object, I don't know, it's so simple. Let's do it at the content view level and see where we go. So I'm imagining, maybe strings is better. I'm imagining state pattern is something. I mean, it could be a double array of Boolean, but I think if rows, each row, each column, can I do that? Well, what I really need to do is, let's start with a small pattern. Repeating false. Count 2. We're gonna be very simplistic for a moment here. Okay. So if I had this, cannot find count. Let's take out this for now. I'll even take out this for now. Okay. We're spiking a bit on the UI side, I guess you'd say. I don't know. Maybe I should just make my own new class. But anyway. All right. So what I want to do, well, it's a vertical stack of something, right? What's in there? Well, we're going to go for each. Let's try it this way. 0 less than pattern dot count. So that's the rows. And $0 is the row number. That's the complaint there. And then I guess we're going to go for each 0 dot dot less than pattern sub $0. Now we get another $0. Or I guess we don't have to be secretive about it. Let's just call it row. Now we're very confident we know what's going on. Column. Okay. And then we'll make a text, and it is well, we'll put an expression, and the expression is pattern sub row sub column equals, well, if it's true, we're going to put an X else. Oh, maybe I can. How can I do that? Well, let's make a variable X else dot. And I'll just define them. Static let X equal character X. And character, I'll just put like that. Okay, can we see them? Pattern sub row, what's the problem? Row count, okay. Remember, dot cannot be used on instance of type content view. Well, maybe we can do it maybe we can do it outside. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't know the best ways to do these things. I'm not sure why I didn't like those. And we should get all falses, so all dots on our grid. I don't know if it'll draw them on the same line. Build failed. Oh. Dashes and arcs. VStack for each. If. Yeah, that all seems okay. I lost a brace somewhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, VStack. Let's just assume we don't want that one. Oh, that's the upper VStack. Okay. So I'm hoping to get 4 dots. If it's even luckier, I'll get 4 dots in a square. Yeah, not quite that lucky. Okay. I guess, they put this internet here for a reason. Show. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to do an H stack of these. So I got a vertical stack of the rows. And then for each one of these, I need to make an H stack. See if that reformatted correctly. I mean, a lot of parentheses or closing braces there, but let's try this. All right, 4 dots in a little tiny grid. Let's do, nope. Can I do it here? Dot large, is it format? What is it? Font? Yeah, let's try that. A little bigger. Okay. So what I would like to happen is if I click an X, click a space, I'd like to reverse the Boolean. And I don't know, making all these letters, I'd go click, 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 click. Sounds like a lot of clicking. It doesn't sound fun. I'd like to just be able to go drag. Okay, so let's see Swift UI drag and drop, or just drag. Just drag gesture, I think. I don't need to drop anything. I just want to turn stuff on when I drag. Yeah, I don't need to drag the object. Well, but doing gesture.onChanged value in seems, I don't know where we're putting that. Here. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. It's on the, I guess let's deal with clicking first. Start simple, right? Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is a button like we did down here. So if I make each one of these a little button with the text on it, then that's actually better. Let's try it. Button action will do nothing for a moment here. And then instead of text go, I'm going to put my if, and I got to add another parenthesis. I wish reformatting would leave me on the same visible lines as I was on, because, hey. All right, but anyway, I think let's print row and column. Yeah. All right, so hopefully clicking each one will print the coordinates of that cell, and then we can row 0, column 0, row 1, 1, 1, 0, and 0, 1. Okay, so we do have the information. All right, so what we'd like to do is well, we want to say pattern sub row sub column. And is there a dot toggle? I don't know if we can do that on the cell like that. Looks okay. All right. Now, the thing I don't know, the thing I'm worried about is will it update properly? Because that seems to be where I spend all my time on Swift UI is things that don't update. But hey, we are cooking with gas. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Let's find Unicode square. Black square, white square. I want to find something big, and these little squares. You would think there'd be a big solid white square. Medium small square. Medium square is smaller than a medium small square. Like, what the heck, guys? Let's see what this says. I don't get anything. Not totally frozen. I can scroll. Oh, this is so weird. Well, maybe I can do it over here just as easily. Control Command Space? What is it? Nope. Control Command, not Option Command. Okay. Square. Well, that would do it. Black large square. Their interpretation of white is different than mine, but okay. All right, now I got consistent colors. All right, what else can we do? Well, let's expand it a little bit just to get closer to what we anticipate. Those aren't used. Well, let's go with a 4x4. All right, and let's see how it looks. Should be a big grid of a 4x4 grid of white squares that are actually gray. Which is probably better anyway. I need a little color contrast there somehow. Yeah. Okay, we can make an X. Not a great X, but an X. All right, and you can see why the 5x7 is going to be nice. Let's go ahead and do that. So it's 5 wide. And there must be a way to do this without typing this so many times. Now we know a 5x7 grid can't print every Unicode character, right? Because uh, 35 bits, and we've got multi-byte characters in Unicode. I don't know. I feel like we've got more than 65,000 or whatever. I don't know. Do we have more than we need here? But let's put them in like we would. And I think maybe, does it use the whole 5? I'd have to check. Okay, there's a letter H for you. We can probably tighten up the spacing a little, but a little bit of a dot look like that is probably not a bad thing. Let's see what we got. 5x7 dot matrix font. And I think images, yeah, we can just... That looks like 4. So it looks like they're building in the space in as part of the 5. Oh, but this one is 3 interior. Oh, 4x5. How about 5x7? No, it liked what we had before. Okay, but we've got a pattern like this, and we could imagine saving the name of the pattern as well. And if I stored these in a big dictionary or a list of these somewhere and let you pull them up. Yeah, I think that would be okay. I just saw a little blip on Apple's doing collections, and they're doing sort of a open source additional collection that they might migrate into the true libraries eventually. But they had an ordered collection, I believe, and so you could say, throw these into my ordered collection and then iterate across them, and they would all display in order. That would be nice. By name. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to have to do something about navigation in. So thinking about how this is going to look, right? I don't have a good way to prototype this. Let's just open a page here. New slide. Okay. So I'm imagining, let's get some screens. These are screens. Okay. So somewhere there's going to be a screen that displays the thing. I guess if I can throw a couple circles in there, right, you'll know what that means. All right. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Yeah, there. So there's got to be some screen that shows the stuff after we've chosen it. And then there's got to be a screen well, there's got to be a screen like we just had that defines the patterns. So I'll just use a black square. Woof. And this represents what we were just editing. And I'm assuming there's some sort of... You know, it would be nice if they just had little UI components in this list. Even just little, like, wireframey ones. Wouldn't that be a cool thing? Well, let me take one of these and shrink it. I'll put a little text in that says name. I'm not committing to any particular look, I guess, but like this, somehow you create this thing. And then we need another screen that knows all these. And these are going to be all the ones we have so far. And I'll just use a little different shape and give it a little color. And then up here, something like new. New. And I guess we need something like this here too. And another text. Patterns, okay. And these are intended to be in a nice grid. And they got to have their name underneath them, I guess. I don't need to do them all. Oops. And so on. All right. So the idea is you type in a list of patterns. It looks them up in the list that's represented here. And if you don't have one you like, you hit new and it brings you up to an editing grid like this. You give it a name. If it's, well, it should be a duplicate of these unless you're editing it. I guess if you click this to edit, all right, let's add ourselves a note. Click pattern to edit. Okay. I don't know if you can edit them all. All right. This one, name must be unique. Okay. And so on. I guess here. Maybe we got to say something like patterns to get over here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, and then, I think the names of the patterns will be enough for now. All right, so I'm saying we're going to have 3 screens. You'll navigate between them. Well, there to there. Here to here. And same thing with an edit. Okay. I don't know if you have to. Do you have to do an OK cancel kind of thing? I don't know the pattern for that. Back and save, I guess, is probably the text we want. back. Probably want that again over here. Okay. So this is my keynote wireframing. That's fine. I think that's fine. So the flow, and then you could make more sophisticated use of the patterns, but I think that's good. All right. That gives us a target for what we're going to do. I don't know if the pattern itself is an object or not. The list of patterns probably needs to be. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, we're due for another break. Let's take another break. Then we'll come back and see. I guess I've got some learning to do about how to do screen navigation in Swift UI, but we'll get there. 2 or 3 minutes. Hi, welcome back. All right, so let's focus on the front end. Let's just at least get these 3 screens up and connected together. Then we'll worry on how to get things plugged in to get the looks and everything we want. So I'm going to ignore some of this. Let's see. So I am going to have to do a little looking up here. Swift UI navigation between screens. Yeah, we got that navigation link. Navigation's tricky. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. One you don't need to create again. So content view is your opening view, and then they're creating a link to a destination that's a second view. Okay, let's just borrow this and see if we can get this to work in our context. We'll get it together elsewhere. Okay, so this is a new body, var body, some view. We'll paste that. Oh no, that's not what we need. Okay. We'll just comment this. We'll just paste this in. Comment out our old stuff. See if that builds. Okay, so what I'm seeing. So navigation view says I'm an outer view that handles the navigation between views. I give you a link to let you manipulate your way over to it. I don't know if this is it creating it each time you go in there? And then we'd have to do some passing some stuff around. But let's just see how this looks. Make sure it works the way we hope it works. So we should see a button, basically, well, text that's going to act like a button. So we got a title, display mode. I don't know how you get the little buttons on the top. Starting slow is often the case. It says it's running. There we go. Okay, so we're in the first view. We say show second view. So we don't need a back. We would put the view name and then show the third view. Okay, and it's keeping track of the stack because of the navigation view. All right, that's kind of like we want. We'll just call this topple because it's the app name. And show second view. We said that would be up here called patterns. Okay, so I don't know, these Swift UI. I need a poster. Button bar, is that the one on the top? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yes. Yeah, I want that edit. Okay, so navigation view. It's got some content. And a navigation bar title. Okay, I'm just borrowing code left and right today, aren't I? Okay. Navigation bar title, tutorials. That seems like what we have here. So maybe that goes down here. Trailing, and we called it patterns. Trailing is this button. Okay. I feel like I have some confusion around where these go, though. They're like in an unexpected place. And I'm also puzzled why it is so slow to start. Okay, that's pretty good. That's kind of what we want. We haven't got our stuff in there yet, but that's okay. All right, so if I click patterns, well, I really want him to be the navigation link, don't I? Okay, we add the leading edit button. Give it a picture, that's great. How to present a new sheet view, that's closer to what we want. Navigation bar items. Oh. I've definitely seen this sort of pattern before. You basically tell which view is visible. Yeah. So he's got to take that in. Why? Because it needs to know when to close. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff. It's just harder than it needs to be. Now that's actually the look I like, and maybe we can avoid that. Okay, so let's see if we can find something that does a navigation link on a navigation bar item. All roads lead back here. Okay, we got a navigation view with a navigation title. Oh, you can put it anywhere inside, it doesn't matter. Navigation bar title, I think large would be suitable here, maybe. And navigation title, yeah. Navigation link, destination. Well, this is like the other one. Navigation link is showing. Okay. Bar button items. Okay, down to the bottom. We can add leading or trailing bar button items. Okay, trailing button, add one. It doesn't show. Well, that's a good article. Oh, that's the one I want. How to navigate a new view from navigation bar. Trailing adds destination colon. H stack, add button, edit button. I don't think that's going to do it. Okay, this is back to the other approach. Show it or not. No, this looks more like it. Button, action something, label, navigation link. Okay. Let's try that. Navigation bar items. And we'll take this one out for a moment. Come on. Take this one out. navigation destination second view. Now maybe this is a moment for the automatic preview. Let's see if we can get that working. It is better at previewing one thing than, I don't think it handles interactions very much, so maybe we're better off this way. But okay, pattern second view. Back to topple. I kind of like the inline better. But that's what we want. Okay. Let's call this all patterns view. All right, and navigation bar title, this is patterns. Maybe just patterns view would be fine. Okay, pattern view, and then this is like edit pattern view. Okay, and this is going to be edit the pattern. Inline. Let's put that back on the other one too. I'm going to borrow the same technique. All right, the label is text edit, and this is edit pattern view. Well, this is, I don't think. Let's just put something in here so we know what we're in. Edit the pattern. Okay. All right. All righty. Let's see how this works. I've still got cleanup because I don't think I need navigation links on the upper section now, if it's in the navigation bar item. But we should get the top page with patterns up here, topple in the middle. And if I click this, I should go to the patterns page. Yeah, I can go back, and I can go back, patterns, and then I can edit and go back. Okay, one more button. We need a save. Oh, two more buttons. Patterns, edit. This should really be new. Edit should be new, or even the plus. Well, we'll save that one for a minute. Okay, new, edit here, and I want a save button on the far right. Okay, so this thing also needs a navigation bar item. Navigation bar item, trailing button, some action. We don't need a navigation link. Close the label. That's an extra. Close the button, close the bar items. Okay. Let's just format. Oh, I think I'll put these together. New. This should be save. All right, so this one is no longer a navigation item. He's still a navigation bar title. This one, I don't think I need the navigation. Ooh. No, I don't think I need this. Let's take it up a piece at a time. And I don't think I need this one. I think I can attach that to the text. I probably could attach it to the VStack. I think what one of the articles was saying was you can attach it anywhere, but let's see. All right, so patterns. Notice these are black now because they're not links anymore. Patterns. I can say new, edit it, and then I can say save, which does nothing at this point, but I can go back. Ooh. New, back. Why does that go back to topple? Patterns, new. Yeah, oh man. I can live with it, but it's not really what I wanted. Maybe I shouldn't live with it. Have we done something weird? Okay. Navigation bar topple. Okay, here, this one goes to patterns view. This one, navigate links to edit pattern view. Now, if I put this back, let's see what it does. Maybe it worked wrong before and I didn't notice. Patterns new. Ooh, it says topple. Okay, Swift UI navigation stack. Unfortunately, here we go. Oh no, that's something different. Pops back on observable. No. Programmatic navigation in Swift UI. A successor of app delegate is scene delegate, which inherited two members. All right, so I'm a little puzzled. Let's go back here. this one. No, I'm not sure I'm getting back where we were. Yeah, that's something like it, but this is more opening up different ones. Pushing new views on the stack. Okay, that maybe. No, that goes back to top hole. Okay, navigation link is for showing details. Sheet is for showing unrelated content. So we are apparently going down the right path. Somebody's package. Navigation view, navigation link. No, I don't want to work that hard. See if I can do a better search. Switch UI navigation link pops to levels. Maybe somebody's seeing what I'm seeing. You can pop a navigation link. Show view. I don't want to do that. Push and on appear immediately pops. Okay, we got to redo in detail. I don't know if they're going far enough for us to see what's going on. Navigation link, destination, whatever. That's what we're doing. Destination patterns view, destination edit patterns view, and nothing. That leftmost bar item is managed by somebody else. That's not helping. Well, maybe this answers it. Program LK pop to parent view. Self.presentation mode.dismiss. Pop root view controller text. Pop 2 levels to master view. Well, okay, so he's got detail view B. He wants to go to detail view A by dismissing the current view. And then A, he wants to either link to B or go back to master. Does he need two different? Setting is detail link to false on navigation link. Is detail link. Well, let's try it. It goes on the navigation link. Navigation link, text new, and no, it goes, yeah, it goes on the link, navigation link here. I want to say true. Past the is active binding. You can see why I don't want to mess with this while I'm doing my stuff. Okay, so I want to go here, and he's going to go back to topple. Let's try the other way. Well, let's see what the description said. Set the link to present its destination as the detail component of the containing navigation view. That sure sounds like I want true, but true did not work. Now what is he saying here? You need a navigation bar title. That's fine. Apparently on the content view, false should pop to root. Should pop to root equal false, and the text is pop to root. It's just weird. Oh, now I have nothing. Huh. Okay. What else are they saying is going on here? Action self should. No, let's try this one. Okay, content view. Root is active, goes to self is active. So we got the state at the top level. Okay, then we come into the second view. Destination is content view 3. Should it pop to root? Well, let's take the is active and decide. And then here we set should pop to root to false, but we don't do anything. It's true to by default and adapts to the containing view. Setting is detail link to false means the destination view will always be pushed onto the navigation stack. Oh, maybe I have to do it all the way down. Do I want false though? That's what they're saying. All right, we'll see what happens here, and then we'll stop for today. I guess I should update my to-do while that's getting started. Okay, whoops. Well, we did this. Display a pattern, we were doing that too. Okay, that's a kind of refactoring question, but get 3 screen navigation working. Okay, and how are we doing here? Okay, patterns. He goes to patterns with topple for back and does new, and he doesn't do anything. Okay, let's try flipping that. Patterns view. I want to say it is a detail link. I don't, oops. So far, I'm only seeing detail link false, not doing what I want. I guess I'll try the other combination, but we're at time for the day. So I'll let this list run just to see if it actually works, but oh, it does. Okay. All right. So we'll finish figuring this out next time, but it seems like we're at least on track. If you go patterns, new, you go back to patterns, you can save. We'll have to figure out how to pop and then go back and back. All right. Thanks for joining me today. I hope I catch you sometime in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.